Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is the Beetleman69, your host, and if you're just watching for the first time, you're welcome aboard. Those are my current subscribers. Thanks and welcome back. Yesterday I made a trip up to Atlanta on a whim to one of the record stores up there, and I picked up a couple albums and some 45s, and I'd like to share with everybody. I'm going to go ahead and share the LPs first, and then the 45s. Okay, McCartney 2. This is a limited edition on clear vinyl. It was up there, I think, last time I was up there a couple weeks ago. I don't remember exactly which. And it was still there when I went up there yesterday. So decided to go ahead and get it. Inner sleeve. That clear vinyl. Isn't that cool? Love it. You can about to see right through it. Okay. Next LP, one other LP that I picked up while I was there, is the German pressing of Creedence Clearwater Revival's Mardi Gras, 1972. This is the one and only CCR album that I have as a German pressing. Really excited to find this. I got maybe a few other German pressings of their post CCR solo albums, and it's one of my videos on the videos couple videos back, maybe the one prior to this, I don't remember. But Tom Fogerty's first solo album, German pressing. And I have a John Fogerty, Blue Ridge Rangers, a German pressing, and a Tom Fogerty. I believe it's Zephyr National. I think it's Zephyr National. I think it's a German pressing, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I got some 45s, 4 of them, and I'm not like a big fan of this group. I'm more of a casual listener. I know who they are, but I just not really into them, but maybe I will eventually get into them. But I had this song is just stuck in my head, watching the video on YouTube and whatnot, and so I went and looked for the single while I was there, and I found it in the singles. The sleeves are really great shape. So is the record. Comes Sail Away by Styx from 1976. Back cover. Back in here. And this one was, I found this and I was kind of baffled by it because it was released after the band broke up. And why they released it after the band broke up, I'll never know. But it's a promotional copy of Creedence Clearwater Revival's cover. I heard it through the grapevine. And this was probably released, I'm guessing, either 72, 73, or 74. I'm saying about 73. I'm just guessing. Judging by the label, it could be late 72 and early 73. There's the mono side and the stereo side. And it's an edit because the original version they recorded was 11 minutes long, and obviously you can't put 11 minutes on a 45. So this was edited down to 3 minutes and 58 seconds. I have not listened to it yet, but I'm sure a lot of that instrumental break was obviously edited down. A Beatles 45, it's pretty decent shape. It's on the Swan label. She Loves You. Back with I'll Get You. And Cinderella, Coming Home, and here's the record. And you know, back in the 80s, they put barcodes on the labels. Nice of them, wasn't it? I guess, well, they already got a barcode on the sleeve. Why add insult to injury? Okay, I got a couple records that I had bought a week or two before I went to this record store. It was a different record store. It was in Carrollton, Georgia. And I will say, all of you out there that have record stores nearby, don't take it for granted. I have to go, if I want to go to a record store in person, I got to drive all the way to Atlanta, which is about 2.5 hour drive from here, depending on where you go to in Atlanta, you know. And then in Carrollton, which is like an 1.5 hour drive. So that's closest to me, outside of going to thrift stores, thrift malls, whatever. So don't take it for granted you got one or two or three. Be thankful you do. So just want to throw that in. There's a guy I follow on YouTube named Jeff, I think it's Whitcher. Please, how you pronounce it. It's called Jeff Whitcher Vinyl Destination. A really cool dude. You gotta check. If you don't know his channel, go to his channel. I'll put a link in the description, and check him out. He's a funny dude. He collects records. He's just a character, and I recommend his channel. Anyway, he had a video, 5 mistakes that you make going to a record store buying records, and unfortunately, the number one mistake that he had mentioned, and I'm guilty of it, and I'm sure probably a lot of you out there are probably guilty of it too, not looking at the vinyl before you buy the record. And I did the same thing. I got excited, saw the record label, and knew it was a very first pressing. Didn't bother to check the vinyl condition out, thinking, well, the store owner probably looked at it before he sold, for the dude, when the dude tried to sell it to him. I figured, well, he might have had to check it out before he was willing to put it on the shelf. Well, either he didn't look at it or didn't look at it hard enough. I didn't look at it at all. I just saw the label and I was like, all right, and didn't bother to, assuming the record store owner looked at it, or the guy that works there looked at it. But done. But I bought this record, Soldiers Under Command, first pressing by Striper from 1985. Everything looks good cover-wise. I pulled the record out, and it had the come with the lyric sheet like it's supposed to. Okay. Here I'm getting all excited. I got the insert, and while I'm in the store, pull the record out, see the label. Didn't bother looking at the vinyl. Put it back in here. Put it back in the record cover and walked away. Well, when I got home, hour and a half from the drive, cleaned it up as usual because you don't know where it's been and where it's been stored. And I was looking at it, and there's like a scratch in it. It looks more cosmetic than damage. But looking in the light, and this is already too late. I'm already an hour and a half home, hour and a half drive to the house, and there's a lot more in the way of defects. Now I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that because of the camera, but they're there. Trust me. It don't make the record skip, but it makes a lot of crackle. Time it crosses that, and there ain't nothing I can do about it. So, see a grail or something that you don't have, and don't get overly excited, and don't assume the record store people looked at the vinyl before they accepted it. Don't. Just take time, look at the record. And I've seen people where they would take their cell phone, put it on a flashlight, and then shine it on the record to make sure there's no damage of any kind. So there you have it. It's the way it is. So, and I did that in another record store where I saw a record, a John Lennon Shaved Fish, and it had the hype sticker on it and the shrink, and it had on the back of the record, it had the apple at the bottom corner. I said, all right, an original. Didn't bother to pull the vinyl out and inspect it. I was just all excited. Bought the record, drove an hour and a half, 2 hours home, pulled the record out. It was on the purple Capitol label, which is unacceptable. And the record was beat the hell in back. It was just scratched the hell up. But thankfully, I had an Apple original copy of it. So what I did, I just take the Capitol one, pulled it out of that sleeve with the hype sticker, took the other Apple, the Apple label one that I had, and Frankensteined it, put it in there with a hype sticker, and then put the Capitol label one in the other jacket, and just threw it over here in the junk pile. So thankfully, I did have a backup copy. I like that hype sticker; it really makes it look nice. But always look at your vinyl before you buy it, no matter what the condition of the cover is. Make sure you don't get burned like I did. So anyway, this is my last record, and this was pretty decent shape. I finally got a copy. I was a little skeptical about it, but a lot of people talk about how good the music is. Of course, everybody knows what this is going to be. But George Harrison, Wonderwall, 1968. Back cover. And it has the original insert. Excellent shape. And the record. I've only listened to part of this. I hadn't listened to it throughout yet. But Sounds like it does pretty, sounds pretty good. I mean, it's world music, but it sounds pretty decent. It is what it is. Of course, I knew it was instrumental anyway, but everybody talks about, how great it is. So I found a copy and just took a chance, and so far it sounds pretty good. Okay, that's all I got right now. Hope everybody enjoyed what I found. Enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up. If you like what you saw, please leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again soon. Take it easy.